Hey everyone, Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 video, and today we're doing the top 10 best purchases I've made in GTA Online. You guys really seem to enjoy the top 5 worst purchases, so we're flipping the script, we're doing the opposite. Here is my list of my best purchases I've made in GTA Online. As always, let me know your list in the comment section, it'd be amazing. I always like to see what you guys come up with. But without further ado, I'll start with vehicles, and these aren't, it's kind of like the top 5 worst purchases. These aren't in any particular order, but the vehicles. I'm sure some people won't agree with at least one of these cars, but for the super class, I would have to say the 2 best purchases I've made in that class would be the T20, which I'm assuming would be on most people's lists, and the Entity. Yes, the Entity, man, going old school. And the reason I'm going to put the Entity on my list is because it's a vehicle I still use. Not really so much in free mode, but in racing, I absolutely love this car. It's not the best in terms of speed. It's not the best in terms of traction and all that, but I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, I actually win races when I use the Entity. So that's why it is on my best purchases list. Plus, it's what, only like $900,000? And compared to every supercar we have now, that is pretty cheap for what you're getting. Although it doesn't have much customization, but I can forgive it because of how awesome it is to me when it comes to racing. And then the T20, that's a pretty obvious one. I don't think it's the best vehicle anymore, but it's still up there. It's one of the better looking cars in the game, so having that and then plus the performance, I think it's pretty much a given to be put on any top 10 best list. Next up, sports cars. One is one that just came out, so I don't know if it's just the honeymoon period talking, but I really have been enjoying the Comet Retro. The Comet Retro is so much fun to drive in free mode. I love stancing it or dropping it so you have like more of a drifting capable car. It slides around more, plus the insane speed bonus you get when you do actually stance your car and drop it. It glitches out and goes really fast, so that's really fun. It's not the best for racing, but I love the customization, and honestly lately I haven't been racing that much at all, so that's why the Comet Retro is up there. And then the other sports car, the Sultan, well, I guess it's a supercar, but the Sultan RS, this one might be like my favorite car in the entire game. Just the looks, the sound of the engine, all the customization, the speed, the quickness, the handling. It sucks that it's in the super class, yes, but just for free mode, there's a reason I have, I think, 4 of them in my garage. And then rounding up the vehicle section of this, I'm counting those as 10 and 9. So number 8 would be the Insurgent. I think this is another one that's kind of up there. The Insurgent is such a good value for your money. I mean, it's $600,000. It can withstand like 6 or 7 RPGs and sticky bombs, I believe. It holds, I believe, 5, or no, it holds 8 people? I don't know. I forgot how many people it holds. But it's such a good car, and it doesn't look half bad. You know, I've seen some really good customization on this vehicle, so the Insurgent would definitely have to be on my best purchase list. And then the last car, this is one that may be a little shocking, the original Roosevelt. Not so much anymore, I guess, because I believe it's in the game for anyone to buy. But when it first came out, it was such a fun car, and it might be one of the only special or limited time vehicles that I actually used for longer than a week. When it came out, I used it for like a month straight just because, one, you could have people hanging on the side, which was awesome, especially with the new Tommy gun that the DLC brought. And then the horn. I absolutely loved the horn when it came out. I know there have been some other cool horns, recently, but at the time, it was the coolest horn in the game, and it was just such a rare vehicle to see in online because not many people wanted to spend the money to get it since it wasn't, a supercar or a sports car. So I would have to say, to round up the vehicle list, like this would be number 7, the original Roosevelt during or at the time or like the year that it wasn't available for people to buy in GTA Online. That might be one of my other better purchases. Now, I'll talk about weapons a little bit. I don't want to put too many weapons on this list just because I don't really use weapons that often. I suck when it comes to like PvP in this game. Some people might put the homing launcher on this list. I hate the homing launcher, so I'm not going to do that. Others may put the AP pistol. That's a really solid weapon. It's so versatile. You can use it in a car. You can honestly use it when you're not in a car, and it's still pretty good. But the one weapon that I always come back to, I don't even know if it's good, but I like it. I believe it's a special carbine. It's the G36C. I don't know what it's called in game, but it's the one. I believe you can have like 200 bullets on it now with the extended mags, and it's so much fun to use. There's like no recoil on it, and whenever I do seem to use it, it kills people fairly quickly. So that's why it is on my top 10 best purchases. I know I added some of the weapons in the top worst purchases, but that's probably one of the only ones that would be on my best list. Next up, this may shock some people, but the rebreather. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to put the rebreather on my top 10 best purchase list. Because of what it does. I'm sure many people know about this. However, I don't think it gets used that often. You can like live underwater if you have 20 rebreathers. I don't know how long it would take, but I would imagine it's like 30 minutes plus that you could stay underwater if you have 20, like a full set of rebreathers. Because if you select the rebreather while you do go underwater, it gives you like a minute or so, and it's so fun. It's so useful. If you have like a bounty, you can go chill underwater, or if like you're AFK, you can just go chill underwater, and like no one ever looks for you there, and it's fun to see the reactions of people in your lobby. So that's why I would have to say the rebreather would be on my list. And then also, you know, the benefits of it looking kind of cool for some outfits. So that is, I believe, number 5 or 4. No, that's number 5. Number 4, The Office. This, I would imagine, is on everyone's list. It does so much. I mean, I can't say enough good things about the offices in the game. One, I mean, you got the CEO stuff, you got the import-export stuff, you got free snacks, you got your assistant that does cool things, you have the ability to call your helicopters and stuff from your roof, you have a 60-car garage if you do decide to purchase it. There's just so much that the office provides, and I mean, it's a given to be on this list. But the other one that I'm sure might, you know, shock some people, I guess, would be the biker club. I don't really go in it that often, but to me, it was one of the best purchases I've ever made in GTA Online, simply for the fact that I could call my bikes whenever I went them from my interaction menu. That's like one of the greatest features in the game, and whoever made that at Rockstar, I love you, because I hate calling the mechanic because it takes too damn long. So whenever I need a car, I always go to my interaction menu, start up an MC Club, boom, I have any bike I want, usually the baddie. So for the negative things that the biker DLC brought, the biker club I think makes up for all of them because of that feature, and that's why it's on my list. Number 2, this is one I've talked about for a while, the Buzzard. It's such a versatile vehicle. It's what, $1 million, I believe, and you can use it in missions, you can use it for VIP stuff, CEO stuff. You can call it in the CEO menu to have it spawn wherever you are. It's so good. It's pretty fast. It does obviously have the attacking capabilities if you're good enough to shoot people. And like the T20 and the Office, I believe that's another one that's sort of a given. But number 1, this is something that I'm only putting it on my list because of when I bought it. I don't think it's that great of a purchase now, because I believe it's, what, $2 million? But the Cargobob. When I purchased it, there was okay, so for people who aren't aware, back in the day, before what update brought I think it was the CEO update? I don't know. One of the recent updates brought the Cargobob officially to the game so you could buy it as a Pegasus vehicle. But the thing is, before that, there was no way of getting the Cargobob unless you did a glitch back on the 360. I don't even remember how you did the glitch, but basically this glitch would allow you to purchase the Cargobob for the price that was in single player. And in single player, it's only like $186,000. So you paid that much to get the Cargobob, and it was never removed from my inventory. So I got the Cargobob for a super cheap price, and the list of positives for the Cargobob just goes on and on. I mean, it can float on the water. It could drive on the water. Like, it could be a boat. It can take a homing launcher rocket. I mean, it does disable it kind of, but you can still fly. It's not like you're going to get killed automatically or, you know, right as it hits you. The fact that you can use it in import-export missions. You can pick up the cars and deliver them without actually driving them. You can spawn it from your office, like I said before. It fits, I think, 8 people or 6 people, so it you know, has a lot of room in it. It's such a good vehicle, and for the price that I got it, like I said, that's the only reason why it's on my list. I don't know if it would be on my list if I had to pay the $1.5 or $1.8 million, I think it is, for it now. but you could not beat it for that 186. I want to say I could be wrong on the actual price, but it was super cheap for, or compared to all the other stuff in the game. So that's why it's number one on my list. But let me know in the comment section what your list would be. What are some of your best purchases in online? And try and think of some things that, you know, maybe other people wouldn't have bought. Something that's special to you. Kind of like how my entity and my Cargobob are special to me. But thank you all for watching. As always, if you did enjoy, please drop a like. That'd be amazing. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. Got Rockstar Logic coming out tomorrow. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one.